And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Michaela Loves Gymnastics recap of the 2023 Swiss Cup, only on Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Michaela Loves Gymnastics. The 2023 Swiss Cup, known as the final competition of the season, just happened today. I know a lot of people did not know that this was going on. We had two big competitions going on this weekend. We had the Arthur Gander Memorial, and then we had the Swiss Cup. These are the last two big international competitions of the elite seasons. Yes, there may be some more minor competitions that happen, but these are the last two where you're going to see big names and, people recognize these scores being carried on into the next season. So let's start off with the major elephant in the room, which is, what is the Swiss Cup? What is this competition? I never heard of this. Okay, so for those of you all who aren't old enough, if you remember after the American Cup, or Scams as we so lovingly call it, there used to be this competition. The competition was called the 3-Up, 3-Count Challenge, or after the Goodwill Games, if you're old enough to remember that competition, there used to be a mixed competition. Well, the Swiss Cup... Well, the Swiss Cup is basically in 2023 that version of that competition. It is where your top male athlete and your top female athlete compete on one team. So the team being represented here from the USA is the team of Jade Carey and Yo Moldauer. They are not competing as two individual athletes. That is the team. And this team was competing against other teams in the world. Japan sent a team, Brazil sent a team, the Italians sent a team, the Switzerland sent a team, clearly. And they had some other teams that I just, it's escaping me right now. So the competition was divided up into, I'm going to say 3 rounds. It might have been 4 rounds, but we're going to talk about it. The competition was divided up into 3 rounds. The first round, everybody did 2 events, right? The top 8 teams, I believe, after the first round, I think it was 8 teams in total. So it would make sense the top 4 teams, after the first 2 rounds advanced to the next round, right? Then the next round is a head-to-head competition where it was 2 teams versus 2 teams. The highest 2 scoring teams went on to the final round. The final round, so you did 2 events, you did 1 event, so you get to go do a 4th event. So for the women, you can either do a 4th event or you can repeat an event. A lot of the girls chose to repeat their first event because they started off their first event during their strongest event. So for Jade Carey, she started off on vault, she ended on vault. Julia Suarez, she started off on floor, she ended on floor. So on and so forth. So after the second round, the 2 teams that win the second round move on to the final round, so it is 3 rounds. So in the final round, the last 2 teams go head-to-head. And in the final round at this Swiss Cup, it was the Americans versus the Japanese. Let's start our evaluation of the Swiss Cup with this young man right here, Yo Moldauer. Yo Moldauer is proving that he is the king of the After-World Championships events. This man goes to these After-World Championships events and slays the house down booths. Yo Moldauer proved that he can be one of the top USA male gymnasts at this competition, providing big scores, especially on his key events, which is parallel bars, and providing a good ring score. Yo Moldauer is really setting himself up for the next season, preparing himself going into the 2024 elite season. He's looking very good. He's one of the top men, and he should be able to make the Olympic team Brody Malone's return should not affect your spot. If I was your coaches, right, and I believe you'll follow me, and I believe you'll not listens to me per se, but listens to what we say on the drift today and uses it to help improve his gymnastics. If I was you at this point to solidify his spot on his team, because his parallel bars are really good, his floor is really good. He needs to increase his difficulty. Maybe he can't catch Koi, but he can catch Fred on pommel horse. And let it be pommels, rings, floor, and parallel bars. And I think that is your Moldauer's ticket to the 2024 Paris Olympic Game representing Team USA. Good job, good job all season long. I'm very proud of you, young man. Now we are going to have a conversation I believe many of you guys are tuned into this video to see, which is talking about this young lady right here, Jade Carey. Jade Carey did freaking awesome at this competition. I don't want to hear what nobody else has to say. My baby Jade Carey did phenomenal. She started off home vault. Did she do her best 2 vaults ever in life? No. But were her 2 vaults bad? No. Now, can we dissect her first Yurchenko double? Was it a little bit crunched down? Was it a lot of bit over-rotated? Was it knees in the air? Was it all of that good stuff? Yes. But she made up for it on her Lopez vault, which was very good. We can see why she does a charm. So her Lopez vault was very strong. I hope Jade Carey does the Lopez vault in the NCAA, since she's, going to do the NCAA next season. So after we get to vault from Jade Carey, then we move over to bars, where Jade Carey debuted a brand new uneven bar routine. Once again, I feel like Jade Carey watched my uneven bars videos because she really did change around some of her skill sets on uneven bars, which is good. Now, I want everybody to calm down. I don't want you to get your hopes up too high. I believe this uneven bar routine and the floor exercise routine are just previews of what she's going to do in the NCAA in the 2024 season. I really don't think it has no foreshadowing over what her elite routines are going to look like next year, but I could be wrong. But I am happy that she's changing the construction of this bar routine. It makes me feel so much better. She started off on the low bar. She started off with a Maloney up to the high bar and to her Ginger. After that combination, she went up. She did her, I don't think she did a half turn. I think she did a hop, changed grips, went into her Yeshua. After her Yeshua, she went to kip up to handstand, and she went into her Van Leeuwen. She went in a free hip, she went full turn, then she went full twisting double back. I think if she could just add another release move and maybe instead of doing a clear hip free turn, a clear hip dinner full turn, maybe she should try to learn a clear hip full, which is a D, which will help her difficulty score on that event tremendously. Her full end looks great. I don't think she should upgrade it to a double-double. I think she should I hope she does it in NCAA and really, really work on her Maloney-Ginger combination. It looked really good. And speaking of our boo Jade Carey, and on her other event that she debuted here was Floor Exercise. She went back to her NCAA, that Destiny's Child's Orchestra Survivor Floor Exercise routine. I think she should use that routine for elite. I think it proves that she should go down to 3 tumbling passes and she should really work on learning some dance skills. And not learning them to the point where she can do them and they're 50-50, but learning them and perfecting them. But Jade Carey did great. And in this season, it's going to be hard for Jade Carey to make the 2024 Olympic team. It's just so many good people. and her vaults just aren't strong enough to make her flat floor routine, in my opinion. And Italian gymnastics, in conclusion of the 2023 Swiss Cup. Can we not ruin this, young lady? This is y'all best, most talented gymnast. Can we not ruin her? Can we not push her into doing crazy stuff that, you know, maybe it's not beyond her capability, but she should wait a few years before she actually start doing it. Maybe we don't teach her no crazy hard vaults. I mean, her Yurchenko 1.5 is good. Maybe upgrading to a Yurchenko double is cool, but we're not trying to teach this girl no Armanars or no Rudies or whatever. You know, let's not ruin her. Let's not compete her until she has no knees and no ankles and no hips and stuff like that. Let's not ruin this young lady. She has a possibility of being y'all beamer to replacing Georgia Vila on your team. Y'all broke Georgia Vila. Let's not break this young lady. And thank you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.